Hey, happy Thursday. It's Ryan here. Today's gonna be a quick one, because I'm not feeling very good, and it's actually not because of a hangover this time, but for other stuff really. But today's subject is how we knew we were trans. Well, how I knew I was trans. And I think really I tried to rephrase that in my head to why didn't I ever realise that I was trans? Like, how did I not know? Not, how did I know, or how did I not know I was trans? This should have clicked a long time ago. And it's not about knowing or deciding. It's about coming to a form of realization that perhaps you're not happy with the identity that you've been assigned and brought up with. And obviously I wasn't. Yeah, I think mainly is like the thing that made me realise the most is comparisons. I know you shouldn't really compare in situations like this, but when I look at how all my brothers and sisters grew up in particular, I came really close to home to try and find that, and especially like it's a good example with your brothers and sisters because they all grew up like normal little cis boys and cis girls, you know, how society depicts. It's incredibly stupid, I think, but how society depicts how a little cis girl should grow up and a little cis guy should grow up, and I just didn't fit. All the boys, they had all the army toys and motorbikes, radio controlled cars. They had all their games consoles, and the girls wanted CDs. They wanted makeup. They wanted troll dolls. And I just wasn't there. I was kind of like in between, almost like it was like It was forced to be very feminine, but that little inkling of personality in me was pushed the other way. Like I always liked doing things like playing football with my dad, or going to there was a Thomas the Tank Engine train station in the place where I used to live, and I used to love going there, and I used to love going fishing with my dad. Just doing things that normally a father would do with his son, and that's the kind of thing that I enjoyed, and I never really enjoyed any feminine activities at all. And I never have. They've always made me feel really uncomfortable because of what they entail, obviously. Also, I think you realise when you become more conscious about your body. I don't know if any of the guys have thought about this, but I noticed that the older that I got, the more conscious I got of how flat my chest was, and that I actually wanted it to be flat as opposed to chest hanging out everywhere. I wanted to hide my hips. I wanted to have like a flat look, and since the age of about 14, I haven't owned really any female clothes, only ones that have been forced upon me by people and bought for me as gifts, which are obviously, if you're going to be nice about it, you can just keep them, don't you, really? Yeah, I think you just have to look at yourself as a whole, the way you are around other people, what kind of experiences you've been through. If you look from when you were born, you won't find anything. But if you have to go back and kind of mentally relive yourself to realise that maybe this isn't the body that your mind wants. Well, not wants, even, I can't. word it properly, but it's not the body that your person fits into. But you know, we just have to make do with what we're given sometimes, and you know, if given the opportunity to change that to make your life better, then take it. You know, do what makes you happy. And I think it took me a long time to realise that if I'm not happy in my body and I'm not happy identifying as female, then that's my choice and it's my decision. And that's why it took me so long to sort of come out, because I realised and I knew already, you just, it's like you have some form of epiphany and you're like, why have I never spoken about this before I said anything? But yeah, that's pretty much my story of how I knew. You just, over time, you gradually bring that back. But hopefully hopefully things start to look up for me. And I'm sorry I seem really grumpy today. I'm just having a really hard time. Hopefully I'll be better next week. I'll do some really cool video editing stuff. Might do a few covers for you so you can all see about my music, because that's making me feel better at the minute. Yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope I haven't grumped anyone out too much. I'm normally so much more bubbly than this. But yeah, have a good weekend.